Hello, my friends. How you doing? It's Dan McDonald, the Life Regenerator. Want to mention something to you real quick. Um, some of you may or may not know, Dave, the raw food truck driver, has had some health issues. Um, Dave, don't quote me on this because I haven't had a chance to talk to him in depth, but I think he had a mild stroke and as well as a heart attack. Um, anyways, I'm gonna make a smoothie here for you, so don't everybody jump to conclusions, okay? And we'll talk about that. Well, let me just talk about it now for a couple of minutes, and then I'll make a smoothie for you. As you know, Dave is a soldier, and he has been doing it right. And when you do it right, and when you decide to go all the way to the total regeneration of your health, of your body, of your heart, of your mind, and your spirit, you're going to be probably going through some karma, if you will. I talked to this about Dave. When I first got the message from someone on Facebook that Dave had had a heart attack and a stroke, the first thing that popped into my mind was, oh cool, Dave's going to jump up to a new level of consciousness. Now that's just what popped into my head because, as you know, I've read all the books, I've heard all the stories, so I have a real understanding of that. Now a lot of people think, oh, that's terrible, terrible, terrible. You know, it must be the raw foods. Maybe he should eat meat again or something like that. But no, no, no. See, what's happening is as you eat these kinds of foods, bananas, figs, coconuts, spinach, you continue to get more electrical, more lighter, more clearer, and then things are going to come up. They're going to arise. I don't have time to tell you the whole story, and it's Dave's story anyways. And I just love and respect Dave. So my point is today, please don't flood me with so many different questions and stuff like that because I don't have the answers. All I want to do for Dave today is simply he's not going to be able to work for 6 months because I think that's how the truckers union is. If you have a heart attack or a stroke, you're not able to work for 6 months after that. Dave is recovering very rapidly due to the raw food diet. They wanted to feed him hospital stuff. He said no, no, no. So he's been getting fresh raw foods, so he's already like 95% recovered. And this, at the time of this video, I think it's only been 4, 5, 6 days, maybe a week since it happened. Don't quote me on any of this stuff. I haven't been able to talk to Dave much, but I just wanted to send an opportunity for anyone who can I'm going to put a link down below. I want to just help Dave right now financially. Dave was very generous with me. He's been very generous with his time and making these videos. He would go out of his way. He's just been traveling all over the country. He's been real busy, so we haven't had a chance to make any videos, but he's doing a lot of stuff. And Dave said this was what he said to me was that this was a gift from the universe to remind him to slow down because he's been working, you know, however many hours a day truck driving, however many hours a week working on different projects, trying to get the message out there about health and his story. Dave is going to be well. When I told him about what the first thing that popped into my head, I said it very humbly. I said, this is the first thing that popped into my head, that you're going to be at a whole nother level of health after this. And he goes, you know, that's funny, Dan, because I've been working with a couple other healers, and they said the exact same thing verbatim. So when you know what you know, death is not to be feared, my friends. Continue to expand, continue to grow, eat the living electrical foods, feel the living electrical thoughts in your heart, which is love for everyone. If you don't see God in the next person that you find, quit looking because you ain't going to find it. It's in everything, okay? And the mind. Don't even take your thoughts seriously because they're not. They're all perception. Just be the love. Okay, I don't have time to go into all that later, but I hope you get the gist of it. It's just about one positive vibration. Dave is a champion, and he's going for it. So if you ever decide to go for it and get healthy, don't be surprised when certain things arise. I'm not saying not everyone's going to have heart attacks and strokes or anything like that, but there's going to be stuff that's going to come up that needs to get cleared, and it may not be pleasant. Trust me, I've been going through it myself on so many different levels, having to surrender so many of the old ways. And it is not a comfortable process, and it takes a lot of courage, and that's why I made that courage video, And that's why I'll continue to make these videos to inspire you to have courage and just keep going forward no matter what. I'm on the spiritual path, just like Dave is, just like everyone on this planet that wants to open up to it because it's exhilarating. Okay? Get on board here and dump your old junk, man, because it ain't going to do you any good when it comes to going all the way and getting into that state of true and total peace, which is beyond death, beyond fear, okay? Thank you for letting me share. There's a link down below. If you can only send like $1 or whatever, Dave's not going to be able to work for a while. He's a very generous person. I've seen him help many, many people. He helped me at a time when Chris and I were down and out. He would fill up my gas tank for me so I could come in and make videos with him when he had nothing to gain from the videos at all except getting this message out there. So if you can send him $1, $5, $20, or any more, you know what I mean? I don't normally do stuff like this, but Dave, the Raw Food Trucker, has inspired many of you. I know that. So I just wanted to do this out of love, kindness, and to help him out to get through this challenging time so that he can get whatever food he needs or whatever bills he needs to pay. I know he's got a couple of kids. He's a hard worker. He's a good man. And that's that. Okay, so thank you very much. Let's make a smoothie, guys, and let's continue to do this. Raw living foods. I'm not going to change my mind on that anytime soon because 2 coconuts. These are the Sattvic Foods. These are the foods that keep the mind calm so that you can focus on what's going on inside of you. I'm going to leave the fat out today because I'm going to go training right now on my bike. So I'm just going to leave the fat out, but you can put it in if you want. These are the foods that calm the mind so that you can focus. Because if you eat a lot of stimulating foods, it's hard to sit for meditation. It's hard to be honest with yourself because you're so stimulated all the time from stimulating, more aggressive type foods, okay? There is Sattvic foods, the fruits, nuts, and herbs. Then there are the Rajastic foods, which are more like meat and spices and things like that. And then there's the Tasmic foods, which are like slow, lethargy, overly processed, overly cooked, rotting, dead foods, okay? Those are the 3 categories. Look into Ayurvedic medicine. It's very powerful. I really appreciate Ayurveda for that. So I eat the Sattvic foods so that I can have calm meditations. Sometimes I do use Rajastic foods to stimulate me through this world, but I'm becoming less and less inclined to do so as I get more and more involved in the spiritual path. I need to be calm. Whatever happens, God's just going to have to take care of me, period, because I can't worry anymore about where my next meal is coming from. I can't even plan for the future because now is the time to be. Now is the time to be awake. I've got 6 figs, so coconut, banana, figs, and spinach, okay? Make sure you rinse your spinach really well. This is for 1 DTM, Dan the Man, and 1 baby girl. Everything's going really well there. Like I said, when you go through these hard times, and I'll use my relationship as an example and not get too personal out of respect for Krista, but you go through hard times. But it was me. I was holding on. I was clinging. I was needy. And it wasn't going to work. It was too much pressure and it was causing conflict. So there had to be even more pressure added to get me to see that I had to surrender and let go, as painful as it was. I had to let go of the old ways so that the new way could come in. More space, more understanding. And now our relationship is at a much higher level than it's ever been. So that's how this life works. That's why I say have courage. Lean not on your own understanding. Just keep having faith in things unseen. Now, I can see the light. It's all I've ever seen since I was 4 years old and asked Jesus into my heart. All I've ever seen is light. I can't explain it. I wish I could. I'm not... All I can do is my very best on these videos. But I want to just help people in this world to find peace. And let's just keep on going. So, I'll make more videos about that, my friends. But for now, if you feel inclined to donate to Dave the Raw Food Trucker in any way, shape, or form, please do it out of love, not out of any kind of guilt or obligation. generosity is a great way to when you give, you get. It's a flow. When you give, you open the door to receive more. Some people are so stingy and they wonder why it's not working for them, because the door's not open. If you open the door to give, the door is open and there will be the floodgates of receiving. If you give a little, it seems like you get a lot. That's what I've seen in this life. That's what I've seen from these videos. I'd like to wrap it up now, but let me see. I'll make this real quick. I'm not sure where my lid is at the moment. But we'll try something else, I guess. Sorry guys about this. I'm not prepared that well, but this will have to do for now. Good enough. Okay, and so the coconut fat would be really good in there. So yeah, if you feel like it, donate to Dave. A little bit help him out. There's a link down below. There's all kinds of other links that answer all kinds of questions about what we do here on YouTube. Dan McDonald is just a servant. That's all he is. He doesn't want to be any more than that. It's doing it to its own self, you know. So sometimes these videos are hard for the ego, but they're real easy for the spirit. You know what I mean? Because if there's an ego there, then the ego feels like it's being attacked. But if it's just out of the spirit, then all it is what it is. And you can take it for however you want. If you get something out of these videos, great. If you don't, then that's great. You know, everything's great. So thanks a lot for your time today. Taking care of yourself and eating properly and living in kindness is something that I've never regretted. I've never regretted forgiving somebody. You know what I mean? I've never regretted love, not once. I've regretted hate. I've regretted anger, but I've never regretted love, not once. Fantastic. Peace. If you like these videos, you can subscribe, and you can also friend me on Facebook. Thank you. Bye-bye.